Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this episode of the First Feathers and Fangs Wild Excursions. And on this lovely soggy day, we are in the Sacramento Zoo, home to over 140 native and exotic species of animals. This zoo is near and dear to my heart. I spent much of my childhood here. My grandfather took me here a lot. It's really what jump-started my love of zoos, animals, and all things nature. So, shall we explore? One of the cool parts about this being a rather overcast, and it was raining earlier this morning. I'm glad it's not raining now. But this zoo, apart from the animals, is completely empty. I have the whole place to myself. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Another cool thing about getting here so early in the morning is most of the animals have been recently let out of their night housing. Fresh food has been laid out for them to explore their enclosures with. So you see a lot more than you would if you were to come here, say, on a 90-degree day at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Behind me, hi there, are the Sacramento Zoo's resident giraffes. Unlike a lot of other zoos, they actually have two species of giraffes here. The young lady who is browsing up that branch there, she's a Maasai giraffe, and she is the mom to the little one you see behind her. That guy is the Maasai giraffe father. And then there are also reticulated giraffes, which you'll recognize. Oh, I kind of cut your head off there. I'm sorry. Which you'll recognize if you saw the Fresno Zoo Wild Excursion. And similar to the Fresno Zoo, that platform you see right behind that female is where you can go up and you can feed giraffes. Pretty awesome. This exhibit is home to a pair of snow leopards, one of the most critically endangered big cats in the world. Because of that luxurious coat, poachers will hunt them and skin them. They are native to the Himalayas, and they are very stealthy. And they are really gorgeous, if I do say so myself. Behind me, through this plexiglass barrier, is Mohan. And that is the Sacramento Zoo's resident Sumatran tiger. Sumatran tigers are one of the smaller subspecies native to the island of Sumatra. They use those stripes to blend in. You can see they've done a pretty good job at replicating the natural habitat here with all the bamboo and the other foliage. But they'll use those stripes to blend in, and I don't know if you can see it there, but they have really, really long whiskers. And tigers will use that to feel around in the dense undergrowth of their rainforest home. And I really wish I would have been a little quicker on the draw on getting over to where Mohan was. He was just vocalizing up a storm, but he got camera shy on me. Behind me is a lovely flock of greater flamingos. Now, they get that pink coloration from the food that they eat. In the wild, flamingos eat crustaceans, that they sift out of the water. And because of the high levels of keratin, it causes their feathers to become that vibrant, iconic pink that we associate with flamingos. So in captivity, they're fed a similar diet. Small shrimp, things like that, and that helps them maintain their healthy plumage. What you're looking at there is a red panda. Now, when most people think of pandas, they think of the black and white giant panda, but there is also the red panda, very similar to a raccoon, also native to China, the Himalayas, Nepal. Also also, I'm just going to use a simple word, also eats a lot of bamboo. And because of those dietary needs, they spend a lot of their days sleeping so that they can digest such a coarse bamboo meal. Not that bamboo, clearly. Bamboo that they prepare behind the scenes. You get the point, though. He's adorable. These lovely ladies are Grevy's zebras. They can be distinguished from other species of zebra by their thinner stripes, and their manes stand up almost perfectly straight. and they have larger ears, similar to a donkey or a mule. They are also a bit different in their social structures. They live in scrublands in Africa where resources aren't as abundant as, say, the open grasslands or woodlands are. So they don't form massive herds of hundreds or thousands of animals like other zebras do. Instead, they'll live in smaller bands, usually all female. Males will live on their own, if not in small bachelor herds, and they will only really come together to breed. And they are the most territorial of all the zebra species, in that since they live in a habitat where resources are so scarce, they will defend watering holes, good grazing from other groups of zebras. That handsome fellow is a new arrival to the Sacramento Zoo, although not a new species. Hey there. He's an eastern bongo, native to tropical parts of Africa. And it is raining again, so this is a little what he's used to. But they're one of the most critically endangered antelope species on Earth. Only about 400 or 500 are left in the wild. So zoos that participate in the species survival program are crucial to the survival of this and thousands of other species of endangered animals. Ham. Looks like I found some more flamingos. These ones aren't as active though. I don't know what the issue here is. Wait a second. I've been had. These guys are a flock of thick-billed parrots with their green plumage and their red tops. They're the only parrot species native to North America. And they, at one point, were near extinction, but thanks to conservation efforts, you'll hear me say that a lot on this channel, thanks to conservation efforts, they are making a comeback. In part thanks to the work done here at the Sacramento Zoo, as well as other zoos around the country. So great job, guys. I'm hoping at one point that I can get a good shot of one or both of the resident jaguars here. This is one of my favorite exhibits because there are 3 viewing sides, but the rest of it is hidden and dense, just like the Amazon rainforest that these jaguars would call home. So it's very comfortable for them, very intimate almost. They can get out of the spotlight, so to speak, in my case anyway. And they can come up to the viewing windows, let people check them out, and then just drift off, just like they would if you see them in the Amazon. Of course, if you see a jaguar in the Amazon, it's probably not going to end well. For more info on that, check out the Big Cat Creature feature. So majestic.
Remember if they're going to the same zoo. We hope they are. So, and then, but we thought the male would be the first one to go, but not.
That was 2/5 of the lion pride here at the Sacramento Zoo. That was the adult male and female. And about this time last year, they gave birth to a litter of 3 cubs that are now getting very, very big. And the dynamic of the group is changing. They were used to being a pair, the mom and the dad. Now they're forming a more naturalistic lion pride. I mentioned the species survival program. Now what that is, it's a cooperative effort that all zoos in the American Society of Zoos and Aquariums, the AZA, they facilitate the species survival program. So all zoos that are accredited, and that includes the Sacramento Zoo, Fresno Zoo, other zoos in California would be Oakland, San Francisco, LA, San Diego, both the zoo and the wild animal park. But they facilitate breeding efforts that ensure if there is a good partner for a particular animal in another zoo, they can shift animals around. An example here, there was a tiger cub born about 3 years ago. His name is CJ, and he now lives in the Los Angeles Zoo because there was a female that they thought he would be a good breeding partner for. Now CJ hasn't sired any cubs yet, but they're hopeful that he will soon. They've been living together for about a year. Maybe he's working up the courage to ask her on a date. I don't know how tigers work. Beyond this plexiglass, so I'm getting safe. Beyond the plexiglass is the habitat for Sacramento Zoo's troop of chimpanzees. And there are about 6 or 7 individuals in the troop. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, there's one up on this corner, 4, 5. Maybe there's only 5. Maybe I miscounted last time. But they are native to parts of tropical Central Africa. And they are members of the great ape family, along with gorillas and orangutans. And chimpanzees are actually the closest living animal as far as relations to humans go. They share roughly 97% of our DNA, and they are highly intelligent animals. It's said that they are equal in intelligence to a 6-year-old human child. And they're one of the few animals, other than man, that is not only capable of using tools, but making tools. They will break off twigs and long pieces of grass and use them to fish termites out of holes. They will use specially crafted rocks that they can actually learn to break into shape or nap, for those of you who know what flint napping is. They will use those rocks to then break open either bird eggs or hard-shelled nuts that they want to eat. Incredibly intelligent animals. Pig train has dispersed. First stop, breakfast. I think I missed my point earlier with talking about the lion cubs. There are 3, 2 females and a male, and I was talking about the species survival program, and I mentioned that the group dynamic here is changing. So the plan right now, since they're getting close to maturity, is all the fine people who do work in the species survival program are trying to find matches through other AZA accredited zoos that they can send these cubs once they're ready and mature, and hopefully they will go off and they will make little teeny tiny lions of themselves. Although if they were out on exhibit, you'd see they aren't so teeny tiny anymore. I don't know, something about the circle of life and how it moves us all. No sign of the jaguars yet, but you can see just how amazing this exhibit is. It was designed very well. Not that I'm an expert on exhibit design, but I really, really enjoy it. Whether or not I can get a glimpse of the jaguars, I can appreciate all the work that went into this enclosure. Of course, no trip to the Sacramento Zoo would be complete without a little jaunt inside of their reptile house. Similar setup to the reptile house at the Fresno Zoo. You have your viewing windows, you have your reptiles. But this one snakes along. It's not a big square track like Fresno is. If you look at it from the sky, this building is actually shaped like a snake, so thought went into designing this building. Kudos. These guys are poison dart frogs native to the Amazon rainforest and other tropical parts of South America. Their skin secretes a toxin that is very, very powerful. In fact, they get the name poison dart frogs because native peoples in the Amazon rainforest would collect those frogs, very carefully I might add, and they would rub the tips of arrows and spear points with them, and as well as darts for blowguns. And in an environment like the rainforest, that would really help with their hunting because they could dart a monkey or a quick running rodent or even a peccary, and that would enable the hunter to take down their prey a lot quicker. And the rainforest, that matters. I think he's planning an escape. Shh, don't tell anyone. This is a local guy. The giant garter snake is native to the Central Valley of California. It lives near water because it hunts small fish and juvenile bullfrogs. So I guess tadpoles. Well, I guess it's open to interpretation. For now, we'll just say tadpoles and very small frogs. So empty. I've honestly never been to the zoo, any zoo, where it's been like this. It's kind of nice. I know you guys will appreciate this. Baby monkey. This is a family group of wolf guenons, native to Central Africa, distinguished by their amazing color pattern. They are old world monkeys, and like all old world monkeys, their tails are not prehensile, meaning they can't use their tails to grasp onto branches or other objects. New world monkeys, on the other hand, like spider monkeys, howler monkeys, their tails are prehensile, so they can use their tails like an extra hand. Unfortunately, the wolf's genon cannot. Sorry guys. Behind me is the enclosure that houses the Sacramento Zoo's Sumatran orangutans. And they are a pair of older females. I believe they still have a pair. But every time I turn around and try and get a shot of the orangutans, either by coincidence because it is really warm in their night housing, which they leave available to them on days like this, in case they want to go in and warm up, they duck down in there. Maybe they're camera shy, I don't know. But you can see the exhibit here, all the lush foliage, the climbing structures, orangutans being the most arboreal of the great apes, meaning they like to spend a lot of their times up in the trees. They are critically endangered though, because of habitat destruction and the illegal wildlife trade. Also because of palm oil plantations. Now palm oil is used in the manufacture of a lot of products, cosmetics and candy mostly. So one thing you can do, since Halloween is upon us, is when you buy your Halloween candy, make sure that it is made with sustainably sourced palm oil, and that will help not only orangutans but tigers and Sumatran rhinos and gibbons and all of those awesome rainforest critters that we love to death. We do. Well everyone, I'm gonna call it quits on this rainy day at the zoo. Still some cool stuff even though it was overcast and we got showered on a little bit, but I had fun. I sure hope you guys did as well. If you want information about the Sacramento Zoo, I will leave a link to their website down in the description so you can check them out. If you like this video and want to see more like it, go ahead and click here. That'll take you to my other wild excursion videos. If you want to see different videos from this channel, click right here and that'll take you to my creature feature weekly videos. If you like Furs, Feathers, and Fangs, and I really hope you do if you're watching, hopefully you're not watching because you hate it, but you can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/FursFeathersFangs. This has been Zach. Thanks for joining me at the Sacramento Zoo. Have a wild day, everyone. So majestic.